为什么都翻过来？为什么我看到翻过来？
这就是谁？
按掉，那你看到有绿色的点。哎，好，有。
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming to Christ College English Theater Production. The performance will begin shortly. Please allow us to remind you. During the performance, keep your Zoom devices muted and cameras off. Without permission, screenshot, recording, and picture taking are all prohibited. In order to have a good performance, please do not use the Zoom chat room for any purpose. The running time for tonight's performance is 35 minutes. There will be no intermission during the performance, no re-entry after you leave the Zoom room. Thank you for your cooperation. We hope you have a pleasant time.
各位嘉宾，晚安！欢迎来到基督书院观赏英文系年度庆祝公演。在节目开始之前，请让我们提醒您。表演时，请确保您的注意设备处于静音状态，且镜头关闭状态。未经主办单位许可，请不要在节目进行中截屏、录音及拍照。为了维持演出的品质以及观众欣赏的权利，请不要使用这个聊天室。本节目演出时间约为35分钟，没有中场休息。中途退出房间者将不能再次进场，敬请留意。成功的演出需要大家共同的配合，谢谢您的合作，并祝您有一段愉快的戏剧观赏时间。
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming to Christ College English Theater Production. The performance will begin shortly. Please allow us to remind you. During the performance, keep your Zoom devices muted and cameras off. Without permission, screenshot, recording, and picture taking are all prohibited. In order to have a good performance, please do not use the Zoom chat room for any purpose. The running time for tonight's performance is 35 minutes. There will be no intermission during the performance, no re-entry after you leave the Zoom room. Thank you for your cooperation. We hope you have a pleasant time.
各位嘉宾，晚安！欢迎来到基督书院观赏英文系年度戏剧公演。请让我们提醒您，表演时请确保您的注意设备处于静音状态，且镜头关闭状态。未经主办单位许可，请不要在节目进行中截屏、录音及拍照。为了维持演出的品质以及观众欣赏的权利，请不要使用这个聊天室。本节目演出时间约为35分钟，没有中场休息。中途退出房间者将不能再次进场，敬请留意。成功的演出需要大家共同的配合，谢谢您的合作，并祝您有一段愉快的戏剧观赏时间。
Apartment 39B.
Yes.
Sir Reginald Fitzbuttress, the first.
The second. Are you Inspector?
Yes, I am.
Two.
Thank you.
Please, take a seat.
No, thank you. I'd better stand if you don't mind.
Cigar?
No, thank you.
Sherry?
On duty?
Sorry. Helpless.
All right.
Do you mind if I sit down?
Not at all.
I do hope this won't take too long. I must admit, I was quite surprised when I received your call. I've already told the police everything I know about my wife's disappearance.
All except one thing, Fitzbuttress.
Buttress.
I beg your pardon, sir?
Fitzbuttress. The second.
Right. Anyway, as I was saying, there was one thing you failed to tell the police, and that is why you killed your wife.
What?
You would have had an honest fool, but not me.
But this is absolutely ridiculous. Why in the world would I want to kill my wife?
It is a well-known fact. Fitzbuttress.
Fitzbuttress.
Whatever, you married your wife merely for her money and title. Come. Very good.
Now see here, Inspector. I think it's only fair to tell you that I intend to call your superiors about this insolent behavior. Money indeed. Why? I had more money than Morley when I married her. And as for a title, I can assure you that my family goes back as far as
County Registrar. I checked it out before I came here. You practically only changed 3 days before your marriage. And your bank balance at a time came to exactly 10 pounds.
all right. So I'm a liar and a fraud. But that does not make me a murderer. Besides, if I did kill my wife, why would I have reported her missing? Why not leave the body where somebody would find it and play the role of a grieving husband?
Corpus delicti.
Beg pardon?
Corpus delicti. The material evidence that a crime has been committed, namely the stealing.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
Come, Sir Reginald. Your naivete is quite transparent. If there was a body, that would be the material evidence that a crime has been committed. However, by legally disposing of your wife's body, where it would not be found, and claiming that your wife was missing proves only that your wife is missing and not murdered.
Precisely the point. Only I did not dispose of the body. My wife is missing. Now, if you are a true gentleman and an officer of Her Majesty's police force, you would stop all this humbug and find my wife.
Oh, wow. Very good. Well, Sir Reginald, suppose we go over just one more time about how your wife came to be this.
Very well. As I have already told the captain down the yard, it was a Sunday morning. My wife planned to visit her mother in the country for the week. We packed up the car. I took her down to the train station. Put her on the train. And that was the last time I saw her.
I see. Well, tell me, Fitzbuttress.
Fitzbuttress.
Pardon? What? Tell me, why didn't your mother-in-law call you after the train arrived, minus one daughter, so to speak?
Well, after all, it is a payroll. Besides, she merely thought there had been a change of plans, and that we would notify her.
Which was why she seemed bewildered when you phoned her to ask how the visit was getting on.
Precisely.
Precisely. Well, Sir Reginald, I'm afraid that I will have to ask you to come along.
Whatever for.
For the murder of your wife.
Come on, man. How can you possibly continue to press that point? The last time I saw my wife, she was alive and well and on her way to the country. And you yourself admitted that without a body, there is no proof of a crime.
And I did. However, I did not say that there was nobody in this case.
You mean?
Yes, we have found your wife's body.
My God.
Very good. The role of the living husband, I believe.
How can you be so cruel, Inspector? Can't you see how terrible this has been?
It always is when murder found is discovered.
That doesn't! I've taken about as much guard from you as I intended. I'm calling your superiors to order you off this case!
If you do so, sir, they will merely ask me what is taking me so long in bringing you here. You see, Sir Reginald, there was one flaw in your story. You claim to have put your wife on that train last Sunday, but the truth of the matter is, you never went to the train station at all. The ticket master sold neither you nor your wife a ticket. The conductor did not collect any tickets from your wife. No one could recognize a picture of your wife.
It proves nothing.
By itself, perhaps not. But coupled with the corpus delicti and the fact that bullet was lodged in the skull that came from the gun that you just purchased one day before. That spells murder. I'm afraid you are under arrest, Sir Reginald. Please come with me. Quiet.
All right, Inspector. You win. killed my wife. But I don't understand. No one at the home office had the slightest suspicion. Why did they pursue it? Where did they find the body? And how did they know about the gun?
Actually, we didn't.
You didn't?
No. Everyone was convinced that it was an upper-class disappearance. All quite routine. But I didn't. I knew of the murky background and double digits. I was certain you did it.
And the ticket master, the conductor.
Merely guesswork on my part.
This was merely a setup, a trick to make me confess.
What the?
Ah! And you're the only one who suspected.
Right. Again?
The only one to suspect. The only one to follow up. And the only one who knows.
What are you driving at, Sir Reginald?
You were clever, Inspector, but not clever enough.
I say, that's my gun.
Yes, I neatly snatched it while you were preoccupied at the door.
What do you intend to do?
Come, Inspector. Your naivety is quite transparent. Do you think I will let you live after all you have found out?
You will never get away with it. They will find me, and you will have 2 murders on your hands.
Ah, yes. But no one knows about the first murder. No one knows why you would even be here.
Then, how will you explain my death?
I won't have to. You forget that this is your gun. After I shoot you, I should really wait until after dark. Carry your body back to your apartment, dispose of it there, and then type out a sad note about how cruel the world has been to you.
Finish me, Charlie.
I thought you'd like it. And now, Inspector, it is getting late, and I have a busy night ahead.
God save the Queen!
Quiet. Cheers. Not that you would ever need it. Hello? Cicely? Reggie? Yes. Everything worked like a charm. I need to get got rid of that inspector I told you about. Yes. Yes. I'll take care of the body, and then I'll come pick you up. We'll be out of the country before anyone is otherwise informed. What? Of course I love you, Cicely. Would I have gone through all this if I didn't?
No, that is touching.
Say,
The murderer caught do anything to maintain his freedom. I therefore took my precaution of carrying 2 guns and wearing a bulletproof vest.
fiendishly clever.
I thought you'd like it.
But it won't work. I shan't go to jail. I've worked too hard to get where I am today, and I won't let my good name be dragged in the mud!
What do you intend to
I'll do the only honorable thing that is left.
Good God, man! Not with my gun!
Yes, Inspector. That's the beauty of it. You may have won the battle, but you lost the war. You see, no one suspects me as the murderer. After they find me shot with your gun, your theory about me will sound like a mere fabrication intended to cover up your heinous deed. So you lose, Inspector. You lose!
Fiendishly clever!
God save the Queen.
What? Cheers! Hello, Cecily. Yes, it's me. Yes, yes, it worked like a charm, just like you said it would. Could you hear me? Yes. You couldn't stand the thought of going to jail and did a dirty work for us. Yes, I made sure he snatched the gun that you just purchased in his name, along with the grip over his missing wife. The police will call it an open and shut case. What? No, no, darling, I insist. Credit where credit is due. You were the one who have gotten to make you so heiress in his will, and has set up a brilliant double cross. What? Of course, I love you. You know I do.
I suggest you hang up now, Inspector.
Lady,
Fitzbuttress, you fool.
Let me make a note of your name. F-I-T-Z.
Hang up.
What do I need to hang up?
Hang up the phone.
Okay. But I don't understand. I thought you were there.
Well, you thought wrong, as usual.
Then how?
It's quite simple, Inspector. You see, for quite some time, I had the suspicion that Reginald had been cheating her. But I couldn't prove it. So I called my cousin from Devonshire and asked her if she would help me trap Reginald at his own game. He had never met her, so she was the perfect choice.
Quite so.
I then had her hang out at Reggie's favorite pubs, with the hope that her beauty would catch his eye. Well, it worked.
Like a charm.
Precisely. At first, I would hope to catch any bad with her. I conveniently disappeared to give him the chance to expose his head by bringing her here. But this has worked out even better. You have neatly corrected his step for me. And now you know too much.
I was afraid as such.
It seems that I have to get rid of you, too.
God save the Queen!
Hold it.
Sir Reginald.
Reggie! You were clever, but not clever enough.
But how in the world?
Blanks. You mean, you know? I've known all along. I overheard your conversation with your cousin. After you ran off, I called her and told her we had had a silly disagreement, that we had patched things up since, and that you asked me to apologize for your behavior and to forget the whole thing. I then procured a picture of your cousin from the depths of your purse and went to town looking for her cousin. But why? I was furious at your implications. I've loved no one but you from the day we were married. At first, all I wanted was to go along with your scheme, to later expose it, bring your insatiable jealousy out into the open. I found the perfect girl, Cecily. She was the exact image as your cousin, and she agreed to go along with it as a lark. We started seeing each other. The inevitable happened. My anger and frustration at you, I reached out for someone else to love. Cecily. And being the handsome devil that I am, she responded. It was wonderful. I was young again. Then you, that's right, you came along, filling her head with poison. Little did you know that Cecily talks in person. I discovered everything. I was furious. I wanted revenge. Revenge! That was what was called for. So I played along. My wife did her duty by disappearing. I made a phony will, and I waited for you, Inspector, whoever you are, to finish the game. And now, you all must die. Fitzbuttress will have his revenge. Do you hear me, Inspector? Fitzbuttress. Fitzbuttress. You're never getting away with it.
Yes, two others in one group. How will you explain it?
It's quite simple, actually. You see, the reason my wife was missing is because you, Inspector, kidnapped her. I was sitting in my study, anxiously awaiting some word about my poor wife. Then the phone. I picked it up. It was some thief demanding a ransom of £100,000 for the release of my wife. He then gave me an address. I rushed over with the money. However, when I got there, he tried to ambush me. He struggled. He pulled out a gun. He struggled some more. The gun went off. He fell to the floor, dead. I then searched for my poor woman. Alas, I found her, cold and lifeless. I was too late. The scum had already murdered her and planned to murder me too, taking the money as his reward. Princess, I rather like your idea of a slightly fatal car accident.
Fiendishly clever.
But not clever enough, Reggie.
Cecily?
I'm afraid you're both wrong.
Catherine,
That's your service.
your cousin?
Quite so.
No wonder she looks much like her.
But how did you get here so fast?
When I heard the trouble over the phone, I rushed back home. I knew it would take a while for everyone to reveal their fiendishly clever plans.
Quite so.
Well, Cecily.
Catherine,
Okay, Catherine. Your timing couldn't have been more perfect. You keep them covered, and I'll get some cord to tie them up.
hold it right there. No one is going anywhere.
But Cecily.
Catherine,
Okay, that became the note of your name. Catherine.
you chump. Did you feel that I needed you to carry out this paper? You were a pawn. You always were, and you always will be.
But I don't understand.
Of course you don't. None of you do. I understood for a moment I got my call from Freddy 3 months ago. I recognized it as another plot to make the entire Freddy story hers and hers alone.
Catherine, don't.
You were an even bigger chump. You thought you were pretty smart, changing your name and pretending prestige so that you could marry into a fortune. What you didn't know was that Freddy knew about that all along. But she didn't care who she married, as long as it was quick. Shortly before their marriage, grandfather Cornelius died suddenly, leaving us sole heirs. But there was a catch. We couldn't divide the fortune. The will clearly stated that only one of us could have the entire estate. The one who became a widow.
Good heavens.
You mean
Yes, it was a curse. No one would marry us under those conditions. It meant certain death.
I feel sick? What do you intend to do now, Catherine?
The only thing I can do,
You mean?
yes,
Now I feel safe.
But what were our debts though?
everything. With you and Reginald both gone, I won't have to be a widow. I'll be the only heir left, and we'll get it all for myself.
But 3 murders. How will you explain that?
Nothing to it. I kill you all here, then go back to Devonshire and wait.
Yes? And then?
Go on.
That's it.
That's it.
But what about your alibi? Yes, what about modus operandi?
I won't see an alibi or a modus operandi. grinding. With all three of you there, who will dare do that to come at me with a whole sword in hand in the first place?
Huh. Astonishingly simple. Completely incredible.
Incredible.
Nobody go!
Wait, the lights! Where's the lights? Where's the lights?
It's the police. You're all under arrest.
God, save please!
Hello? Your company is? This is Fred. Listen, I've got some rather bad news for you. Catherine and Gwendolyn have had a bit of a mishap. Some sort of nervous problem. Horrible. Well, don't worry about it. I'll take care of everything. Just relax and try and get some sleep. You must be exhausted after your trip to Africa. What? Yes, it's a human pity about Wellington. What? Did he even write to you in Africa? That's strange. Yes. Yes, I gave them your address. What? Well, how wouldn't I have told them that you were going away? Yes. Yes, it is Chen. Yes. I'll get back to you after I finish all the arrangements. And you go get some rest. Okay? Good night. Oh, come on. Listen. If you head on taking these quick jaunts in the future, the best that will be drawn out. Good. I'll call lawyer first thing in the morning. Oh no, no trouble at all. I'm glad to be your friend. After all, since mom and Paul have died, maybe you feel like one of the family. And what will Catherine and one from us? I'll be the son, you and yes. I know. Try it. Good night. And I'll come.
Dangerously clever.
I knew you'd like it.
Well, we'd like to thank everyone for coming today to watch our performance. First off, we would like to say a few words of thanks. We'd like to thank our teacher, Miss Yvonne, for guiding us, for being there for us, for helping us and teaching us to just how to act, how to perform this drama. So, Miss Yvonne, thank you. Next, we would like to thank the teachers on campus, the teachers who have helped supported us, encouraged us, and just gave us the motivation we needed to continue performing, continue acting, even when we felt like we couldn't do it. To the beloved teachers in the English major who have supported us throughout all this time, thank you. To our helpers and staff who have helped us with our equipment, our PowerPoint, we couldn't have done it without you. Even though you're way off in the back in another room, we'd like to thank you as well. And last but not least, to our audience, we thank you for putting aside some time to just come watch our drama, our performance, and we really hope that you guys enjoyed this show. Thank you. And everyone have a good night.